I'm going to look at some of your homework problems for tonight. This is worksheet 72. Okay, remember I said if you did not have a calculator that you need to at least have your equations written out. And as soon as you get in here tomorrow, you need to make sure that you grab a calculator and that you get those calculations done so that you can get full credit on your homework. All right, so number one says since 1980, the number of gallons of whole milk each person in the United States drinks each year has decreased. Okay, there's our first key. By 4.1% each year. In 1980, each person drank an average of 16.5 gallons of whole milk per year. Write an exponential equation to model this function. So number one just wants your equation. So it's going to be y equals, our initial was 16.5. All right, since it's decreased, it's going to be 1 minus. Don't forget to move your decimal 2 places, 0.041 to the t. Now, remember, they are likely to go ahead and simplify that for you on your EOC. So this would be 16.5 times 0.959 to the t. It does not matter to me which one you have, but you need to be familiar with that second one in case that's what they are showing on your EOC. Okay, then secondly, here on problem number 2, it takes that equation from problem number 1, and it wants you to find out the average in 2012. Well, remember up here we started in 1980. So to get our t here, we're going to say 2012 minus 1980, and that's going to give us 32. So I'm going to use my same equation, and I'm just going to plug that straight into the calculator. And that's going to give me a final answer of 4.32. Remember, 2 decimal places unless I tell you differently, or if we're talking about people or some living organism. Okay, I'm going to skip here to number 5. Okay, this one's going to ask you to do it all in one problem, I believe. 1971, there were 294,105 females participating in high school sports. Since then, that number has increased, so now we know it's growth by 8.5% per year. Okay, so we're going to start with our initial 294,105. Increase means 1 plus, remember, move it 2 times, 0.85. How many females participated in 2010? So we need to go 2010 minus 1971. And that is going to give you 39. So this right here, you're going to type straight into your calculator. And that's going to give you an answer of 7,083,733. Remember, we dropped the decimal because we're talking about people. All right, moving along. Number 6 is just asking you to write the equation, okay, and I am going to write it the correct way, meaning I'm going to simplify inside. Okay, so that's increase, so 1.042 to the t. So I'm going to simplify that as 25,000, 1.042 to the t. All right, and then down here at the very bottom, the only thing you had left is to identify, they want you to identify basically 3 things: the initial amount, whether it's growth or decay, and the rate, okay? And those are 2 separate things, so make sure you do that, okay? The first couple are pretty easy because they're still in 1 plus form, okay? So like right here, we know it's 1 plus, so that's going to be growth. And then we just have to move our decimal, and it's growth by 5%. Okay, with number 9 here, though, it's still growth because it's a plus. Okay, but the decimal is technically here, so when you move it over twice, it is 200% growth. Okay, for number 11, now that it is simplified in here, remember we take whatever's there and we subtract 1. That leaves us with 0.75, move it 2 places, That gives us 75%. Since this was greater than 1, it is growth. And then the last one I'm going to do is problem number 11. Okay, same thing here. We're going to say 0.86 minus 1, which is going to give us negative 0.14. The negative just means decay. And 2 places over is going to be 14%. Please make sure you do as many calculations as possible at home and get the rest of them done as soon as you get into class in the morning.